The 2013 season was supposed to be the year of the Blue Jay. Many off-season additions had them favorites to win the AL East, but it has been disappointing north of the border as the Blue Jays have struggled to keep pace in the American League. The Athletics, on the other hand, are riding high, taking 3 of 4 from their Southern California rival Angels over the weekend. Bull Mel and the boys continue to shock the baseball world as the separation in the standings gets wider on a daily basis. Today, the two teams meet for the first time this season. It's the A's and the Jays, and it starts right now. Monday Night Baseball from the O.K Coliseum. The long homestand continues for the Athletics. A.J. Griffin and the A's are taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. It's been a tough year for the Blue Jays. It's the first of 3. And again, A's, Blue Jays, and you're going to see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Scott Hatterberg, I'm Glenn Kuiper. The A's are hot. They've won 6 out of 8. Different story for the Toronto Blue Jays, Scott. They come in tonight's game with the 4th worst record in the American League. Nobody saw that coming after what they did this offseason.
I mean, it was nothing but expectation for this group. I mean, they made some big acquisitions. You get R.A. Dickey on the top. The National League Cy Young Award winner last year has not performed. Jose Reyes misses a whole bunch of games. Mark Burley, his ERA is off. Josh Johnson has been a huge disappointment. And Milky Cabrera, no damage. Average way off. So a lot of expectation. They've really struggled with those aspects. And to make matters worse, defensively they've been atrocious. So it's a bad combination all around.
Indeed. Bad pitching, bad defense, and maybe shouldn't be surprised that the Blue Jays are 8 games under 500. Different story for the A's. Hero every day, and it's Eric Sogard. Lately, he's been great offensively. He's been great defensively.
Yeah, this guy's been a huge lift. He's been hitting 9th, but he's done so well. He's back at the top of the order. He's hitting 2nd right now, but this guy's hitting .407 in his last 27 at-bats, and these are no just getting some knocks here and there. They've been big hits, 4 doubles, 6 RBIs. He's coming through when you need him to come through. He's really broken the ice for the A's. And then defensively, not to be outdone, these guys made some amazing plays. Athletic, diving all over the field. This guy coming up to the trade deadline, and there's talk of maybe filling a spot up the middle. This guy has put those things on hold because he has really performed.
Indeed, nerd power is gaining attention, gaining steam here at the Coliseum. The fans are starting to love the play of Eric Sogard. So our first look at the Toronto Blue Jays, the first of 3 from the Coliseum. Love lineups and first pitch when we come back. Are seeing the Toronto Blue Jays for the first time here in 2013. First of three. Lineup cards have been exchanged. The A's are on the field, and we're just moments away from first pitch. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 60 degrees, so a little bit cooler tonight. Wind gusts at 18 miles per hour, so a little breeze as well. And we even said it about an hour and a half ago. It's going to be a chilly night at the ballpark, and it is certainly headed in that direction. So the Blue Jays in town for a 3-game set. And here is their lineup. Starts with that man right there, Jose Reyes, back after a serious injury. And he's doing his thing. Melky Cabrera hits second. Batista Encarnacion, lots of power in the 3-4 spot. Then it's Lind, Rasmus Izturis, Aaron Sebia, and Brett Laurie.
Taking the ball for the A's is A.J. Griffin. 21 starts on the year. He's 9-7 with a 3.8 ERA. Won his last time out against Houston. 6 innings. Gave up 6 hits and 3 runs. Pitched pretty well. Key for A.J. is to avoid the big inning. Can really cruise, but has been known to give up the long ball. He avoids that, he'll do all right.
Defense for the Athletics tonight. Cespedes, Crispin, Reddick in the outfield. Donaldson, Lowry, Sogard, and Moss on the infield. Vogt is again behind the plate doing the catching. So Griffin's ready. Jose Reyes steps in the box, and we're set for baseball. First pitch of the game. He is in there for a strike.
First pitch.
Ben Gibbons, the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, and we'll spend some time talking about the disappointment for the Blue Jays this year. It has been a major disappointment how poorly they have played.
In a lot of different aspects.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 1 and 2. Blue Jays are 48-56, 14 games behind the Red Sox and in last place in that AL East. Tough division, and if you struggle at all, you're going to get pushed aside and teams are going to move right past you.
Yeah, exactly what's happened. We're hoping to get a full season out of this guy who's missed 66 games this year. He's done fairly well since coming back from the DL. He's hitting 308 about his last 100 at bats.
Change up and a swing and a miss, and that's how the ball game gets started. Reyes with a strikeout. This was the injury to Jose Reyes, and it happened way back in April. Watch the ankle. A late slide and his left ankle, and he missed over 60 games, and it just did not look right. It slowed down. He wasn't sure if he should slide, and it was a very serious ankle injury.
Yeah.
Melky Cabrera swings at the first pitch, drives on the left center field, but Coco makes a nice running play, and that's out number 2. So Cabrera is retired. And that'll bring up Jose Batista.
Batting in third position, right fielder, number 19, Jose Batista.
So Batista will step in. I think Melky Cabrera is thinking, I hit that ball really well. And I think he did, but it's a cool night.
It's a cool windy night. Welcome to Oakland.
Well, and talking to the Blue Jays announcers, which we always do before each game, and they said in their ballpark, the Rogers Center, for whatever reason, this year the ball's been carrying more. A lot of home runs hit in that building. Cabrera's thinking, I hit that at home, it may be out. Who knows? Different story here. You know that, Scott. You probably hit some balls here that think you hit pretty well and are caught at the warning track.
Well, I'm sure he's a little frustrated. He's only got 3 home runs on the year. Not living up to expectations. Sometimes you hit a ball and you beg a little bit.
Well, you see it a lot here at the Coliseum. Guys
for sure
turning around, looking up at the wind, trying to figure out how that ball didn't go further. Curveball is cued by Jose Batista. Plenty of power with this guy. 24 home runs, 64 runs batted in.
Doesn't matter what park this guy is in. He can turn it around anywhere, regardless of wind.
Big bouncer to Sogard. He's got it. And Griffin has a 3-up, 3-down, top of the first inning. Bottom of the first coming up. It'll be Esmil Rogers taking them out for the Blue Jays. And it'll be Coco Crisp at the top, as always. And who's in the second spot? The red-hot Eric Sogard. That's who. So Sogard doing such good work out of the 9th spot. He's hitting second tonight. Then it's Lowry, Cespedes, Moss, Donaldson, Reddick, Smith, and Vogt.
Taking the mound for the Blue Jays is the righty Esmil Rogers from the Dominican Republic. Getting his first start versus the A's. He's 3-4 on the season with a 3.7 ERA. He's got a good arm, this kid. Loose, throws hard, got a whole bunch of pitches.
So Rogers started the season out of the bullpen and now in the starting rotation. And from what we understand, he's pitched pretty well as a starter. 257 for Coco, 10 homers, 38 runs batted in. Two and 0. Rogers was originally a Colorado Rocky. Then he was traded to the Indians and then traded again from the Indians to these Toronto Blue Jays this past off season. So he's bounced around a little bit lately. Seems like one of those guys that you're always going to be intrigued with because
live arm.
Yeah. 3-1 pitch is outside, and Coco with a leadoff walk. Cabrera, Rasmus, Batista in the outfield. Laurie, Reyes, Izturis, Encarnacion on the infield, and Aaron Sebia is the catcher. And surprisingly, it has been a very poor defensive team, the Blue Jays. They've made 70 errors. They're 12th in the league in fielding. And a lot more mistakes than just the errors that show up on the stat sheet. And it's been puzzling for the Blue Jays. The mistakes that they have made really in both sides of the ball.
Just shooting yourself in the foot, especially if you're not getting good starting pitching. You're missing pieces to this offensive puzzle. Like you said, you can have errors, but the mental mistakes, they don't show up in the stat sheet, and they can almost be worse at times.
So you make a lot of the errors that do show up in the stat sheet, and then you make the mental errors.
Right. Bad combination.
And your pitching's not very good. I mean, that.
Well, it's demoralizing too. You know, it's it takes a mental toll.
Now the Blue Jays starters have the second worst ERA in the American League. That's the starters, and as a team, also the second worst ERA in the American League. That one bounced under the glove of Encarnacion, rolls into right field, and Coco's going to speed around to third. Well, there's your first defensive mistake of this series, and Coco, with nobody really watching him at third, comes about a third of the way down the line. Now he heads back.
Well, Sogard continues his hot hitting. Encarnacion is close. He's playing off the bag. He comes in. You're under 90 feet. Sogard hits it pretty good, but that's got to be a ball that's picked up. Interested to see what they do. He goes to his knee. Might be ruled a hit. Probably a ball he should at least knock down. Instead, the A's got runners at the corners. And
so it's an error. And
ruled an error.
You're right, Scott. Whether it's a hit or an error, that is a play that absolutely has to be made.
Exactly.
And he didn't, and now the A's have first and third. So we were told they're a bad defensive team, and the Blue Jays show it in the very first inning. And Lowry fouls it straight back.
Well, if you want a guy up in this situation to draw first blood and get the A's on the board, you got the right man up. Jed Lowry had a huge series versus the Angels, 7 for 15. Couple clutch big hits in that 7.
Swing and a miss, big breaking ball. To Lowry. Cespedes waits in the on deck circle. Early opportunity for the Athletics. Lowry hooks one down the right field line, but foul. Nice play by lefty. Covering a little ground.
Ranging.
Glove side.
Ranging to his right. Little karaoke.
Nice play.
Nice play.
Crisp at third, Sogard at first. Lowry stays alive, spoiling a good pitch.
Well, Rogers, we've mentioned, got a live arm. He's got a lot of pitches too, especially for a guy that's spent some time in the bullpen. He'll throw a cutter, he'll throw a curve, he'll throw a slider, he'll throw a change. He's got a whole ton of options. That fastball, he'll run it up to 96. Had some trouble with lefties this year. They're hitting 290 off him. Big thing for him is he just misses over the plate too much.
Breaking ball is down, 1-2. Well, some late inning heroics from the Texas Rangers. Brzezinski with a solo home run tied it in the ninth. Soto with a solo home run won it in the bottom of the ninth. So the Rangers score 2 off Frieri and come back and win it 4-3. So that's a big win for the Texas Rangers. Doing it against Ernesto Frieri. Lowry, right field base hit. Coco trots home, and the A's have a 1-0 lead. 3 batters into the bottom of the first.
Like we said, you couldn't have had a better guy in this situation. And Lowry, after an 0-2 count, gets a slider, trying to go low and in, ends up away. Nice piece of hitting, doesn't try to do too much, just puts the barrel on it, finds that hole. 1-0 A's.
So Lowry stays hot. He picks up his 43rd RBI of the year. So here's Cespedes. yesterday we saw the best swings from Cespedes that we've seen in a long, long time.
You're exactly right. This guy's really been struggling. Pitch selection, mechanically. It seemed like yesterday he really figured a few things out. And you see him spit on that first pitch slider, which last week or so he's really chased. To see him be a little bit more patient. The swing seems a little bit more in control, and he really looked like a different person yesterday.
He was 3 for 5 with a couple of doubles and 4 RBIs. And when he starts hitting the ball in the middle of the field, that's generally a good sign for any hitter.
He's so big, he's so strong, and he's capable of leaving the yard at any time. But as soon as he can understand that he can leave a ball there or do as much damage to that gap as to the pull side gap, he's going to be better for it, and definitely the A's will.
That one fair. Past the diving Lowry down the left field line. Sogard will score. Here comes Lowry. He's going to score easily. Cespedes for third, and he's in there with a triple.
Well, the A's are a different team when this guy's in the lineup, and even when he's doing bad. But when he's doing good, and it seems like he's heating up a little right now, gets a slider, and even ground balls he hits are hard. Rattles down in the corner. Fast. This guy is fast. Ends up on third base, scores 2.
So that ball rattled around in that corner out there and allowed everybody to keep running, including Cespedes getting all the way to the third. Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. So 6 RBIs in his last 6 plate appearances.
Well, after yesterday, about halfway through the game, they really turned it on offensively, and they don't seem to have lost a beat.
See what happens down in the corner. The ball rattled around a little bit.
Checked up under that pad. Looked like Cabrera was expecting it to play off, kind of stayed off, and when it snuggled up, then he had to go in after it.
So still nobody out, and the A's with a 3 spot here in the bottom of the first inning.
No outs.
Moss hitting .234 with 17 home runs, 49 RBI. So an error has helped the A's here, and as they always seem to do, you make a mistake against the A's and they will make you pay. Encarnacion missed the ground ball. So 1-2 to Moss with Donaldson waiting in the on-deck circle.
Johnny Olerud, Washington State Cougar.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he needs the helmet.
You guys teammates?
We were teammates. The guy might have been the best hitter I'd ever seen. He was unbelievable. Couldn't do a pull-up, though.
Didn't have to.
Could hit a ball 500 feet, but he couldn't do a pull-up. Weight room's overrated.
But didn't he go right from college to the big leagues?
Straight up.
He correctly.
Had brain surgery his junior year, an aneurysm.
Mike Gago's got the helmet on, so does Ty Waller. That's a rule now in Major League Baseball. The coaches on the field have to wear helmets.
Bad idea. Sometimes those third base coaches, especially, they got their back to the hitter and they're scooched down the line, getting ready, getting into position to direct the runner. Yeah, they're susceptible. I wouldn't want to do it if Cespedes was up there.
No, I agree.
You have to build a little cage for me.
Swing and a miss. He stayed with that very good breaking ball, and Moss strikes out. So he cannot get Cespedes home.
Well, he's got both slider and curveball. They kind of blend together. Sliders are usually a little bit harder, but both have pretty good down break right there. Moss fought up a few, but unable to get a piece of that one.
So Donaldson steps in. Josh hitting in the 6th spot tonight. He's in a tough stretch right now. He's 0 for his last 16. The breakdown on Ismail Rogers. A lot of sliders, 26%, and we've seen it tonight. And there it is. So maybe a little bit of a bigger breaking slider.
Yeah.
Almost like a curveball, but it's the slider.
Similar path. One's just got a little bit more size. Same kind of down angle. Pretty good pitch.
Inside corner, strike 2 call.
27 pitches so far.
And only 1 out.
Only 1 out.
Ahead of Donaldson, 1-2. Infield still in. There's that sharp breaking ball, but it's down and away. Lowry with an RBI single. Cespedes with a 2-run triple here in the bottom of the 1st. Up and in, 3-2. Reddick waiting in the on-deck circle.
Breaking ball just gets out of Rogers' hands a little early. Stays up and in on Donaldson. Once again, he does the old limbo to get out of the way. He's a flexible dude.
Big bouncer foul. He's come in 7th in the American League in runs scored. They've scored 473 runs, so right around the middle of the pack in total runs scored. And a 3-2 breaking ball, and it's a walk. Second walk issued by Rogers.
Good sign right there by Donaldson taking that pitch. Pretty good at bat. You know he's scuffling. He's in an 0 for stretch. But laying off that slider full count, that's just showing signs of maybe seeing the ball a little bit better.
Well, one of the problems this year, Scott, for the Blue Jays is their starting pitchers, and I don't think they dreamed that this would be an issue, but have not really pitched deep into games. Now their bullpen is very good.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get to the point where the bullpen is just throwing too many innings. Rasmus, Cabrera coming together. Rasmus is going to have it. And here comes Cespedes to the plate. The throw is way off. Line sacrifice fly. And it's 4-0. So Cespedes scores. Give Reddick his 35th RBI.
Nice job by Josh. Get the runner in. A's have done a nice job when given an opportunity to get a guy in without having to get a hit. Reddick just gets enough of it to get it deep enough. Rasmus might have had a play here, but as soon as it left his hand, he pulled this at least 10 or 15 feet up the line. Cespedes in easy.
So Donaldson also moved up from 1st to 2nd, and here's Seth Smith. So, talking about the bullpen, they got a couple all-stars down there. Cecil, Delabar, but they've just been throwing a lot of innings, and it's starting to show up, which is generally what happens.
Yeah, really good pen, but that will change. I mean, there's only so much you can run them out there, and this season is so long. Endurance and fatigue will become a factor, and what they've been leaning on might not be so reliable down the stretch.
1-1 to Seth Smith, hitting .246 with 6 homers, 32 RBIs. That one bounced toward first, backhanded by Encarnacion. Flips to Rogers, side retired. A's do damage. They score 4 times. They do it on 2 hits, a couple of walks. There was an error, and it's 4-0 A's after 1.
New Home Run Derby mobile game from MLB.com. Available on iPhone and iPad. Download free today.
So Griffin had a tidy 3-up, 3-down first inning as he faces Encarnacion, Lind, and Rasmus. Now has a 4-0 lead in the early going. Terrific season offensively for Encarnacion. 28 home runs, 82 RBIs. 3rd in the American League in both those categories. So if the 2 guys ahead of you in runs batted in the American League are Cabrera and Davis, you're doing okay.
Played with this guy in Cincinnati, and talk about thump.
This one skied behind shortstop. And Lowry grabs it. And that's out number 1. Time now for a Ford Right Choice. July 25th, 2012. A.J. Griffin strikes out a career high 9 in 6 innings. And it was in Toronto. The A's won that game 16-0. Gave up just 3 hits, 2 walks with 9 strikeouts. So that's a Ford Right Choice back to last year. Made a couple of starts against the Blue Jays last year. That one was good. The other one, very early in the game, he came out, a little sore shoulder, and he went on the disabled list after that. Came back strong.
I don't think he's had a haircut since then.
Maybe not. Quickly 0-2 to Adam Lind. .291 with 12 homers, 39 RBIs for Lind. Colby Rasmus waiting in the on-deck circle. Line drive, grabbed by Moss. Nice play.
Lind having a solid season, but has struggled in July. And part of it here is bad luck. This ball was scalded. This play by Moss, nice reaction.
Batting in the sixth position.
That ball got on him quick.
28, Colby Rasmus.
Just a step and a reach. That's all you got time for there.
Rasmus, first pitch strike. 272 with 17 home runs, 52 RBIs for Colby Rasmus. Bunted, and it's foul, and now it's 0-2. Shift is on for Rasmus, so he gave it a shot.
Not a bad attempt. 2 outs, try to get a base runner. Really swinging it well since the All-Star break. 350.
Fastball right past him. Second strikeout for Griffin. So he's got 6 up, 6 down. It's 4-0 A's after an inning and a half. Stephen Vogt to lead it off for the A's in the bottom of the second inning. They dropped the 4 spot in the first. Couple of hits, couple of walks. There was an error. So we'll see how Ismael Rogers responds here in the second inning after throwing 35 pitches in that first.
Stephen Vogt's only hitting 200, but the A's are 7-0 when he's playing, so
right.
Run him out there.
He's got 5 hits in 23 at bats, 1 double and a couple of home runs. Missed again, 3-1. And there's a leadoff walk. It's amazing, Scott. We watch it all the time. You watch A's pitchers, they always seem to be ahead of the count. And you watch so many opposing pitchers, they always seem to be behind in the count.
Let's just keep it that way.
It's just, it's really one of those simple things, but it may be the most important thing to pitching.
It's preached a lot, I know, within the organization, and I'm sure it is elsewhere, but I mean, it's a paramount thing for these young guys when they come up, and they do such a nice job of it. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And they really work on it. But nothing more demoralizing when you're down 4-0 and you come out there looking to get back in the dugout and chip away at that lead, and your guy comes out and walks the first guy. Frustrating.
Jared Parker had trouble with walks yesterday.
Kind of a walk fest both sides, yeah.
Ogle rips one towards center. Rasmus back. He's got it, and that's out number one. We do not see this very often. 7 walks for Jared Parker, so he went against what I said.
He's pitched so well. He's been so consistent, and you know he has been inconsistent in the past, and really walks and falling behind guys has been his Achilles heel. But man, for the most part this year, he has been, you know, take away that first month, he has been rock solid. So that was kind of out of the blue right there.
Here's Sogard, who takes a pitch called to strike from Rogers. Sogard reached on that air. He hit a ball to Encarnacion, who tried to backhand it. It was really pretty much right at him, and he missed it.
Kind of fell down and just kind of botched the play.
That one bounced to Rogers, who has it, spins, throws to second. Reyes dropped the ball, and everybody's safe. Reyes just dropped it. So we're going to have an argument. Was it dropped on the exchange, going from glove to throwing hand?
Well, Teddy
or was
Barrett,
did he just miss it?
Teddy Barrett's pretty sure about this, and I think I agree with him. That just seemed to clank it.
Never had it.
Shortstop, number 8.
Guys are so good up the middle, exchanging the ball. Sometimes it can look like they never really sits in the glove, but you can see this hits his heel and just rattles right out of it. No chance that he had that ball.
So good call by Ted Barrett, the second base umpire and crew chief. So 2 innings, 2 errors for the Blue Jays. 72 errors now. Think about the 2 errors in this game, Scott. They may both have been double plays.
Rogers does a nice job. This is just a perfect feed. You can see Reyes' eyes just kind of veer towards first base, maybe trying to make the turn a little quick. Just clanks it. You know, it is a physical error, but I got to tell you, those plays are almost chalked up as mental errors.
So 2-0. Rogers, instead of being in the dugout, he's got to work extra hard again. Outside corner first strike, 2-1. Lowry had a base hit that knocked in a run at first. Rogers tried to go to the same spot. That one was outside.
Yeah, frustrating. You know, these guys, they know how they're struggling. It's an empty feeling when you let guys down and you make those errors. It's tough.
Full count now with Vogt at second and Sogard at first. Lowry's RBI in the first inning was his 43rd of the year. And he got him swinging with a fastball, 93 miles an hour. Strikeout number 2 for Rogers.
Lowry got a breaking ball last time up with 2 strikes and laced it down the line. This time he gets a straight fastball, just a little late on it. Big strikeout there for Rogers.
So Cespedes steps in. 2-run triple in the first inning. Bounces that one to Laurie, who steps on the bag, side, retired. So the A's get a couple of base runners, both stranded, and we're headed to the third. 4-0 Athletics. Sportsnet California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. Take a ride with Thomas the Tank Engine. Tickets are limited, so make tracks to roaringcamp.com today. 4-0, the A's lead the Blue Jays. 6 up, 6 down for Griffin so far as he faces Turris, Aaron Sebia, and Laurie. We saw Myceris Turris quite a bit with the Angels. He was a free agent this past offseason. He signed a 3-year contract with the Blue Jays. Hits this one to right. Reddick back and over. He's got it. 7 up, 7 down for Griffin. So here's Aaron Sebia. The trade that the Blue Jays made, which one of the biggest trades made in baseball in a long time, biggest as far as volume of players. But it was on the 19th of November when the Blue Jays acquired Josh Johnson, Mark Burley, Jose Reyes, Emilio Bonifacio, and John Buck from the Marlins for Yunel Escobar, Nady Echeverria, Henderson Alvarez, Justin Nicolino, Anthony DeScafani, and Jake Marishnik, and Jeff Mathis. So I don't know that I got all the names right, but that's a lot of players.
Oh,
that is a blockbuster.
Kidding me? Need to be the lawyer writing that one up.
So, yeah, that would be a blockbuster. And that's why the Blue Jays and a lot of people said, we're going to be good.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
Yeah, we all did. Aaron Sebia is retired. Yeah, there's a lot of people scratching their head about the Blue Jays. Certainly one of the biggest disappointments in baseball this year. When you look around at teams that you were pretty much convinced would be good and not, and they're not, I would say Toronto
Right up there.
Maybe at the top of the list.
You know,
the Angels are certainly a team. The Giants are really struggling. You figure they would have been good. Washington.
Baseball's a funny thing. Yeah, especially after last year. Wow. Washington.
I mean, just on preseason hype alone, you could have said, poll baseball people all around. Blue Jays Nationals World Series.
Would have got a lot of votes.
Nobody would have argued with you.
Nobody.
And Washington, a couple games under 500. Giants are 12 games under 500. The Blue Jays 8 games under 500. So on a list you don't want to be on. Disappointing teams, and the Blue Jays are there, and Griffin has retired the first 9.
Annual Italian Heritage Night presented by Peroni is on Friday, August 2nd. All fans that purchase a special ticket for the event will receive an exclusive A's Italian Heritage giveaway item and a traditional food item served in the West Side Club.
4-0 A's lead, bottom of the third. Moss, Donaldson, and Reddick. Moss struck out in the first inning. So the trade deadline is Wednesday. It's Wednesday afternoon. So 48 hours left. Base hit, Moss. So hit number 3 for the A's. And that'll bring up Donaldson.
Rogers throwing a couple back-to-back breaking balls. Moss sees this second one really good. He hits this ball nice on it. You could see really early that he saw it good and put a good swing on it.
Leadoff man aboard for the 3rd consecutive inning. Here's Donaldson. That one bounced to Laurie. Charges backhands. Can't throw to second. Spins, throws to first. And they got him. Very nice play by Brett Laurie and a nice play by Encarnacion. Once he realized that throwing to second was probably not the best idea, I was surprised that he was able to get Donaldson.
You know, we talked earlier about just mental mistakes. Well, this almost fell into that category. I mean, they really got lucky coming out of this. Lowry gets drawn in, jumps in the air. Wisely ends up going to first base, but I'm surprised Donaldson didn't make this play a little bit closer.
He slowed down just a little bit.
Never really trucked it out. I think he thought maybe he was going to go to second base and that he'd cruise into first, the back end of that double play, but that was an odd play. I don't think I've seen that before.
0-1 to Reddick. So Moss now at second base. So as I mentioned, the trade deadline is coming up. There were some trades today that had a lot to do with relief pitching, which that relief pitching is always popular at this time. And I think people feel like you could get a relief pitcher if you really want one. And I know the Detroit Tigers have been, seems like they've been looking for relief pitching almost from the beginning of the year. And I think they're still looking for relief pitching. Reddick pops it up. Reyes going out. The shortstop is going to get there, and Aaron Sebia hustles to cover third. And the Tigers got a pitcher today, Jose Veras, who we saw recently with the Astros. So Jose Veras, pretty good reliever. He can close, he can pitch middle innings if you need to, but I think the Tigers are happy with that acquisition. So Jose Veras goes to the Detroit Tigers. And I know one of the things that made Veras attractive is A, he's pretty good, and B, there's a club option on him for next year, and it's not a huge amount of money. If you choose to keep him, you can, and he's not going to
cost you too much.
He's not going to drag you down. So Jose Veras goes to the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a good addition.
I think it is too. Smith. Jesse Crane, who has been rumored to be, even though he's on the disabled list, but he's getting close to coming back. He went to the Tampa Bay Rays today. So look at the numbers on Crane, an all-star, and the ERA is 0.74. So obviously Smith rips one down the right field line, and that's going to get down for a hit, and that's going to knock in a run. So the cold spell for Seth Smith has come to an end as he has an RBI double, and boy, did he need that.
Did he ever? You can see the weight lifted. Slight smile. 21st double. He wants the ball.
Now batting.
Gets a fastball, possibly cutter inside. A lot of these balls he's ended up rolling over into that shift. Gets it through it nice. Hopefully a sign of things to come. Big hit for Seth Smith. Way to go, buddy.
So the 0 for 30 is gone. See you later. RBI number 33 for Smith. 5-0 the A's lead. So a 2-out RBI hit.
It's hard to explain what a relief that is to a hitter. Get to a point where you don't think you'll ever get another hit. Of course, I knew he would. Too good a hitter.
So 0-2 to Stephen Vogt, who walked leading off the second inning. Vogt toward right field. Bautista is there. He's got it side retired. A run on 2 hits for the A's. We're headed to the 4th inning. It's the A's 5 and the Blue Jays nothing.
95.7 The Game, broadcasting live from the all-new Budweiser Bowtie Bar. Watch A's broadcaster Guy Haberman start the game day off with insights and updates. And while you're there, order a customized A's jersey and get it the same day. So grab some buds and come grab some buds at the Budweiser Bowtie Bar at Section 129 on July 30th for our live radio remote with 95.7 The Game.
First pitch swinging, Jose Reyes, and that's out number one. So Reyes goes after the first pitch, and he's retired. So we're talking about the three trades that were made. The third and final one was Scott Downs being traded from the Angels to the Atlanta Braves. I know the Braves, a couple of their left-handed relievers out this year, and so they were looking for somebody, and they got Scott Downs. So Downs, good ERA this year, under 2. So Jose Veras to the Tigers, Jesse Crane to the Rays, Scott Downs to the Braves. So all three of those teams that acquired players in first place.
Looking to beef up.
There you go. Melky Cabrera pops it up, shallow center. Coco coming in, and that is out number 2.
You know, these Jays are struggling, but wow, are they aggressive at the plate. I know Griffin likes to pound the zone, and they know it, but they are not too selective right now. Swinging early.
So here's Jose Bautista, who grounded out to second in the first inning. Taken all the way that time, and Griffin eases it in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Popped up. Moss into foul territory, right in the coach's box. He's got it. Side retired. 12 up, 12 down for A.J. Griffin. 5-0 Athletics. A's come to bat, leading 5-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, the veteran Dan Straley giving A.J. Griffin a little pep talk there. Good to hear from the veteran.
The veteran.
The vet.
Dropping knowledge.
Coco rips one foul. Coco walking around, scoring a fly ball to center field.
Well, there's the veteran.
That's right.
Seen it all. spanning decades.
Reyes backhands, flips across, and they just get Coco Crisp. Nice play by the shortstop, Jose Reyes. So watch the veteran, Dan Straley, just a little.
What do you think? More strikes? Okay.
I think we're.
Now batting second baseman, number 28, Harry.
Good job.
Good pep talk.
I think we're using Dan Straley, and it looked like maybe A.J. Griffin said, "Can you go to the locker room and get me something,
right,
please?" So Dan Straley is probably in the clubhouse right now thinking, I'm not even playing. Why are they talking about me? I'm helping out my fellow pitcher.
Cameras everywhere.
Leave me alone. Sogard has reached base twice, both times on an error. Error by the first baseman, error by the shortstop. So he's 0 for 2. On base percentage is going up. And he slices that one foul, went after a high fastball.
We teased Dan Straley for talking to the Griffin during the game, but this group is pretty tight. I've been on teams where a lot of the starting pitchers that aren't pitching that game, you don't see them. You know, they're up in the clubhouse doing their workout or whatever, but take a look at these guys. Hanging together, talking. It's a tight group.
Breaking ball that stayed high. Sogard checked his swing. They wanted to drink.
Little Kool-Aid.
Rogers kicks, and the 1-2 pitch is hit past Ty Waller foul.
.70 pitch mark for Rogers. He's done a nice job of working some counts.
So the bullpen's going to get worked again tonight for the Blue Jays, or at least it looks like it. Left side, Melky Cabrera on the move, and he's not going to get it. Melky is not moving like he used to.
Shocked he didn't get closer to that ball.
Yeah, he's had leg problems really all year.
Well, he pointed to the sky like he didn't see it off the bat, because once it went up, I took a look at him, and he didn't break real hard at it. There's a lot of foul territory here in Oakland, but you're right, he is not moving real good.
Outside, 3-2. Lowry waits in the on-deck circle. The A's with a 5-0 lead. 4 in the first, 1 in the third. And that one right on the outside corner, strike 3 call. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here's our AT&T trivia question. Rajai Davis is second in the American League with 31 stolen bases. Who was the last Blue Jay to steal 50 bases in a season? If you think you know the answer, tweet us at CSN Athletics. So it's always good to see Rajai Davis. Did a nice job with the Athletics. Line drive right into the glove of Izturis. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Esmil Rogers. 5th inning coming up. Blue Jays nothing. Top of the 5th inning. Encarnacion, Lynn, and Rasmus. 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Blue Jays. Griffin has retired the first 12 hitters he has faced in this game. Curveball, roll foul. It's 0-2, so Griffin jumping ahead of the hitters. So you look at the pitch count, 44 through 4 innings. So you throw strikes, quality strikes, and you have an aggressive team.
Right.
Well, you have a chance to roll through the lineup if your stuff is good.
Absolutely.
Fastball, swing, and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for A.J. Griffin. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. Friday, Edwin Encarnacion hit 2 home runs in 1 inning, including a grand slam. He became the first Blue Jays player in nearly 20 years to homer twice in the same inning. Last guy to do it was Joe Carter. He did it on October 3rd, 1993. Edwin Encarnacion is the first player to hit 2 home runs in the same inning since Adrian Beltre did it in 2012 against the Orioles. So Beltre the last to do it. Carter the last Blue Jay to do it.
Wow, what a...
He's turned into a heck of a power hitter.
Sure has. He was named the AL Player of the Week today.
Yep.
Only hit .520.
That's all.
A couple homers.
Adam Lynn had a base hit taken away from him by Moss. And that one's driven deep to left center field, and that one is gone. Lind puts the Blue Jays on the board. Their first hit is a home run. It's 5-1. Well, that one was deep the opposite way.
That ball was touched.
Yeah, well out of the ballpark. Cespedes ran back toward it, and you could tell just by his reaction that that one was going to leave the yard by a lot.
It's kind of a fastball up and out over the plate, and Lind absolutely clobbers it. You can see how these guys score runs. They like to hit the ball out of the ballpark. All you got to do is look at that 2-strike swing on Encarnacion where he almost screwed himself in the ground. These guys are swinging for the hills pretty much every pitch, and he found the other side of the hill right there.
Here's Colby Rasmus. Well, Griffin has given up a lot of home runs this year, and again, a lot of solo home runs, but home runs nonetheless. Most home runs allowed in the major leagues. Griffin is now tied with Dickey and Blanton. Eight of those have come in his last 5 starts. Two pitches a bit outside, and the Blue Jays, as you said, Scott, they hit home runs. There's all right, Dickey, the knuckleballer. A's will see him in this series. The only team in the American League that has hit more home runs than the Blue Jays, the Baltimore Orioles. Jays have now hit 132. By comparison, the A's have hit 108. 3-2 pitches outside, and there's a walk to Colby Rasmus. So what it does is it just makes them just scary enough where you have to be careful.
Well, yeah, you know, Griffin pounds the zone. I mean, I think that's part of the reason he gives up so many home runs. He's just very aggressive with his fastball. You can see there in the first 3 innings, 1.5 ERA, 4 through 6, 7.
And that's where we are now, 5th inning. Up and away to Mysier Izturis. Izturis hit a fly ball to right field in the 3rd. Down the left field line. Cespedes will give it chase, but it heads right into the bullpen. Ball boy does his thing, makes a nice play.
And no congratulations. Did you see that? Thankless job.
Protect and catch. That's what he needs to do, and he did it. Coco in the left center. He's got a beat on it, and that's out number 2. Uh-oh. Trouble has arrived in the form of Chef Rodney. There he is.
Man, I love guys in white hats.
Yeah, well, you're
especially when they're carrying food.
Bring that down here, Kate, right now. Uh-oh. Well, it's...
Gosh.
Our booth will become extremely popular in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
What did we get? Goodies.
Chef Rodney likes to show off his creations, and then we can tell you how good they are and tell you where to get them. Broken bat foul. We'll tell you that you got to go to the Bar and Grill restaurant, which used to be the West Side Club here at the Coliseum. It's now called the Bar and Grill restaurant. They got some stuff going in honor of the home run champion. You want a Cespedes? Lots of different ways to break your bat, huh, Scott?
A lot of these bats are cupped. They got a little bit of the end of the bat is cupped out. It's to lighten the barrel a little bit, and sometimes when you hit that cupped part, you see what happens right there. It just flakes off a piece of the bat.
Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Aaron Sevilla watched it float right down into the strike zone. Side retired. Adam Lind with a home run, so the Jays are on the board. It's 5-1 Athletics as we head to the bottom of the 5th. There, folks, are fresh pressed Cuban sandwiches with some kettle chips. Fresh pressed Cuban sandwiches, and they smell good. I know that.
Torturous.
Now, here's the deal. This coming Friday and Saturday, August 2nd and 3rd, you can get that right there, a sandwich and kettle chips for $10 in the Bar and Grill restaurant, which again is the old West Side Club. The Bar and Grill restaurant for $10. You get a sandwich and chips this Friday and this Saturday, and it's in honor of the home run champion, Yoenis Cespedes. So the Cuban homer sandwich, that's what we're calling it. Cespedes leading off the inning. You also get a chance to enter your name in a raffle to win a Cespedes jersey. Cuban sandwich, kettle chips, $10 Friday, Saturday inside the Bar and Grill restaurant. So check it out. Chef Rodney does a terrific job, and that's what you can get.
Sold. I'm in.
Well, if it tastes as good as it smells, then they should sell a whole bunch of them. So we appreciate Chef Rodney for bringing them up. We'd like to let you know where you can go get them. We'll do that on Friday and Saturday, and we'll be digging into them here in just momentarily. What we prefer is to eat the sandwiches in a longer inning, but
we'll make do.
Yeah. So if it gets a little quiet up here in the booth, you'll understand why.
That's right.
Some people may prefer that. 0-1 to Moss, who has struck out and singled and scored. Well, Ismail Rogers has retired 5 in a row since that 2-out Seth Smith double. So 5-1, the A's lead the Blue Jays. One of just 4 games in the American League today. Light schedule. 5 games in the National League. All those American League games are finals, and they all had. They were all one-run games. They were all dramatic games. So we'll give you an update on that. The Texas Rangers did win tonight 4-3 over the Angels. So a full count to Brandon Moss.
Weaver started that game over there, right? I believe so.
Weaver and Garza.
Garza, right.
And the Angels had a 3-0 lead in that game, and the Rangers just picked their way back, scored 2 in the 9th to win it. Moss has his second hit. He's 2 for 3.
Good at bat by Moss. Did a nice job on a breaking ball last time. Gets a full count, offering outer half, almost on the corner. Does nothing but shoot it right back up the middle. Nice piece.
First pitch to Donaldson, sinking fastball inside. Donaldson a walk and a ground out so far tonight. So now the count 1-1. Pitch number 7 coming up from Rogers. The sinker's low. The 5 hits now for the Athletics. Just the 1 hit for the Blue Jays. It was a home run. Donaldson fouls it back. So Donaldson, really for the first time this year, Scott, struggling for an extended period of time. Talked a lot about his consistency really the whole season, but still a little bit of a slump.
But when you're in a slump, it just seems you get your pitch, you take a swing at it, and you foul it off. You
like
just
that.
Can't square
like
it up. Exactly like that. And then exactly like the 1-0 pitch. He had a fastball that he could hit. You could see him walk out of the box frustrated.
That one drilled to center, and that's a base hit. So Donaldson did not miss that one. Back-to-back singles here in the bottom of the 5th.
All smiles now.
Yeah.
Game is up and down mentally. Pretty short swing, gets on top. Finally finds the barrel. Breaks an 0 for skid. Level stroke. Sometimes one hit is all it takes. Big sigh of relief. See right there, he sprays it around really good. You know, he's got a lot of pop the other way too.
First pitch strike to Reddick. And that breaks the 0 for 17 stretch for Donaldson.
Good to see a couple 0 for streaks going down, him and Seth.
Reddick with a sacrifice fly in the first inning, and then he popped out to short in the 3rd. Lays off. The pitch is low. Rogers trying to work the bottom of that strike zone, get a ground ball. A's keep laying off. breaking down and in, and Reddick missed it. Left center field. Rasmus on the run. No, but he's going to get it. Moss will score. Here comes Donaldson around third. He will score. 7-1 A's.
Well, the A's piling on. They're getting some opportunities. Josh Reddick right here doesn't try to do too much. Stays on this pitch and drives it in the Oakland night to left center. This ball's hit really good to go this far. It's always good when you see your guys, especially with 2 strikes, driving balls the other way. Runners in scoring position. 2-out RBI right there. Big hit for Josh Reddick.
So a 3 RBI night for Reddick, giving him 37 on the year. And still just 1 out for Smith. Action out in the bullpen. Smith takes down and in. Dustin McGowan starts to throw. Now 2-0. Smith had the RBI double in the 3rd inning. That broke his 0 for 30 stretch.
Well, during that stretch, he had some tough luck. And every time he walked in the box, it seemed like he was 0-2. He goes up last time, doubles, RBI. Look at him now, 2-0. The tides have changed.
And he lines one under the glove of Reyes into center field. Reddick took a step or 2 back to second base, which is really the right thing to do on a line drive. It just went right under the glove of Reyes.
Good base runner right there, and a nice piece of hit from Seth Smith. You know he's getting locked in when he hits a ball to this side of second base. Doesn't roll over it. Reyes directly behind Reddick. He has to freeze and get back. Doesn't know where he's at. Can't tell where the defender is, and trots into third base, which is fine. Still in scoring position with 1 out. A's got guys on the corners.
So 1st and 3rd, 1 out for Vogt. And you wonder on a play like that, Scott, if Reddick going back, if he didn't like block Reyes' view a little bit.
Very well could have.
Like a ball that maybe Reyes was going to catch.
Really good point. Ball's kind of hit at Reddick, and he just kind of ducks under it.
Yeah, it was past him, I guess, but you could see where maybe you lose track of the ball just momentarily.
Even to shorten him up just a hair might have limited him from getting to that ball. Reyes is quick.
Base in right field. Vogt comes through. Reddick trots in to score, and it's 8-1 A's. So Vogt picks up his 6th RBI, and John Gibbons has made this walk a few too many times this year. So Esmil Rogers gives up 8 runs so far. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change in Tuna, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
show presented by Burton Snowboards is set for Friday, August 2nd after the A's play the Rangers at O.Co Coliseum. Bring the family and enjoy the show from the outfield grass. On-field capacity is limited. For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/winner and be on the lookout for 2 new Burton Snowboards flagship stores opening this fall in Berkeley and San Francisco.
Eight to 1, the A's lead, and it's just the bottom of the 5th inning.
Pretty balanced attack today.
Yep.
And once again, the Jays are going to rely on that bullpen to take him home half of this game.
So here's Dustin McGowan. So McGowan coming in out of the bullpen. 16th appearance. All in relief. So 97 pitches for Rogers.
Just couldn't get on track. Didn't get any help early from his defense, but the time guys got on, A's made him pay.
So here's Coco Crisp. 5 straight hits by the A's. And that one's hit high to right field. Batista going back. Still going back. Warning track. He's got it. And the runner at second, Smith, tags up, goes to third. So Coco is retired on a long fly ball to right field. 2 outs, first and third.
Well, McGowan throws pretty hard. He'll run it up there to 97 miles an hour. And Coco expecting to see a fastball, gets one. It's a pretty good. Might have just got underneath it. Right there, he's taking a long walk back, just upset because he knew he was close to hitting that ball out of here.
So Coco now 0 for 3, and that'll bring up Sogard.
You love to see greedy hitters. Cespedes is laughing at him.
First pitch up and away. Scott, it wasn't that long ago that Dustin McGowan was a young starting pitcher who looked like he had a chance to be very good. Big guy, 6'3", 230 pounds. But you'd have to look long and hard to find a guy who has been injured more than Dustin McGowan in the last 5 years. He missed all of 2009. He missed all of 2010. He missed all of 2012 with injuries.
Unbelievable.
All of it. That is amazing.
Well, it tells you what kind of stuff he's got if he keeps getting jobs. You know, you miss that time and guys are still, they give you the rock. You got to be pretty good.
And it's been shoulder. That's been the main situation. But last year he missed the entire season with plantar fasciitis in his right foot. The whole year.
Well, that's kind of what Pujols just is on the shelf for. So that's a long recovery.
Popped up. Melky Cabrera coming in, still coming in, and Cabrera has it. Side retired. A's score 3 more times. We're headed to the 6th inning. 8 to 1, the Athletics lead. Rajay Davis, second in the American League with 31 stolen bases. Who was the last Blue Jay to steal 50 bases in a season? Shannon Stewart, 51 in 1998. So he must have played a lot against Shannon Stewart.
Absolutely.
Good player, huh?
He stole a lot of bases.
Yeah. Played a year with the Athletics.
It's good years, Shannon Stewart.
So the A's now 8-1 leaders over these Blue Jays. Sixth inning, Laurie, Cespedes. Laurie, I should say. It's Brett Laurie. Laurie, Reyes, and Cabrera. Laurie hitting in the 9th spot. And that one is launched to left down the line, and it is gone. Another solo shot for the Blue Jays. It's 8-2.
Laurie's having a tough year. Struggled some since coming off the DL, but he's got one thing on his mind, like most Jays hitters, and that's going downtown, and he clobbers this ball. Laurie's a strong dude. Gets a pitch he can handle, and he crushes it. Griffin,
so top of the order in Reyes.
Once again, giving up a solo shot.
Reyes rolls that one foul. Reyes has struck out and popped out, Scott.
Thing is, if you're Griffin, you got an 8-run lead or 8-1 lead, you want to pound the zone, so you can't fault him for this. He's going right at these guys.
And he does that anyway.
Yeah, he does that anyway, but that's just a great way to go about it. It's exactly, if you're a pitching coach, and Kurt Young, I'm sure, is telling him the same thing. Just keep filling up that zone.
Reyes chops one to Donaldson, so that is out number 1. Let's see where this one lands. Heads up, Stomper. Oh, it almost got our mascot.
Almost clobbered him.
Don't want anything to happen to Stomper. Sogard has it, and Melky Cabrera pops out, and that's out number 2.
Well, going along with hitting a lot of home runs as a team, you make a lot of outs in the air, and we've seen it tonight. There's a lot of fly outs.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tough park, especially at night, to live in the air. I know they can hit them, but ground balls, you got a little bit more of a chance. Tough living in the air.
Bautista has grounded out and popped out, and that fastball runs a bit inside. One-0 pitch in for a strike. 71 pitches for A.J. Griffin. And now 3-1. So Bautista very aggressive, so he'll be ready to rip on 3-1.
Makes a living in these counts. Very dangerous.
And he launches one foul. Heads up third deck. Yeah, about a third of the way up the second deck. Down into the first.
This is not an easy ballpark to go deep in, let alone as deep as these guys are hitting them.
And that one way inside, so Bautista with a 2-out walk. So 2 walks, 4 strikeouts now for Griffin. He's not real happy. Here's Edwin Encarnacion.
Now batting
3-1. He went right at Batista, and Batista pulled that ball a long way, and full count. He decided to put a wrinkle in it and just hung it out inside too much.
And a breaking ball for a strike to Edwin Encarnacion. And that one's launched to left field. Cespedes going back, Coco going back, and that one's gone. And now it's 8-4. So third home run tonight for the Blue Jays. So they're attempting to make it interesting. Home run number 29 for Encarnacion, and that one is right down the middle.
That's down Main Street, and Encarnacion knows what to do with those. And he hammers this ball. Now I know this team's struggling, but they are dangerous, and they're showing you why. They can go deep, and they can get runs in bunches, and this has just been part of his game he's struggled with, giving up the long ball. Kurt Young, he's going out there telling him, you got a good lead. Don't be afraid of the strike zone. Keep filling it up. Try to
that
forget
is
it.
the major league leaders in home runs, and it's the Orioles, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners, the top three in the big leagues. 134 now for Toronto. And here's Adam Lind. He has a solo shot. That was in the 5th inning. Fastball up and away. So Lind with a home run, Laurie with a home run, Encarnacion with a home run. A changeup, and Lind just got a piece of it. Good pitch there. They're off speed, catches the outside corner.
Great change right there, back to back.
Curve, strike 3 call. Boone could not pull the trigger. So a couple of home runs, 3 runs total for the Blue Jays. So bottom of the 6th coming up. A's 8, Jays 4. Sportsnet California is brought to you by Elysium, from the director of District 9, in theaters August 9th. Eight to 4, the A's lead the Blue Jays. A.J. Griffin a little frustrated. He's given up 3 home runs in this game. Still have the lead. Kurt Young trying to get through to him.
Well, I don't think he's upset so much about giving up hits. It's just the long ball, and that's frustrating to get tattooed at times like that.
Lowry, Cespedes, and Moss for the A's here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Dustin McGowan, who's in relief of Esmil Rogers, the starter. Rogers gave up 8 runs, 6 earned. Lowry with an RBI single in the first inning. A's scored 4 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the 5th.
It shows you how important you jump out to an early lead and you think you can kind of cruise through some innings, but you get some opportunities and see how important it is to come through and still put quality at bats together, because this team could bite you. I know we're struggling, but seeing how they can come back in a ball game with a long ball.
I just felt like home runs, it seems like they help you get back into games more than they maybe extend leads for you.
Absolutely.
Would you agree with that?
I would agree with it. Yeah, he just seems to vault you right back into it.
I mean, it's hard to have a 3 or 4 run inning and get yourself back in a game without a home run.
Right.
Because you got to get 3, 4, 5 hits in an inning. That's hard to do.
The A's
have done it tonight, but it's not easy. But you can whack a 3-run homer, and just like that, you're back in.
Yeah, walk, error. Really, nobody's done anything.
There you go.
One guy gets a hit, 3-run game. Manufacturing, and that's a lot of guys getting hits.
That one's hit to right field. Batista's going back, and he's got it for out number 1.
Join Bob Melvin and the A's for the first A's Community Fund Bowling Bash, sponsored in part by Budweiser. Bowling Bash takes place on Saturday, August 3rd at Earl Anthony's Dublin Bowl in Dublin. Sponsorships are available now. Proceeds benefit the A's Community Fund. Become a sponsor. For more information on the Community Fund Bowling Bash, visit oaklandathletics.com or call 510-638-4900, extension 2241.
So Cespedes steps in. McGowan pumps a fastball in for a strike, 94 miles an hour. 2-run triple in the first, ground out in the second, ground out again in the 5th for Cespedes. Cespedes, after a 3-for-5, 4 RBI performance yesterday, a couple of RBIs tonight. And that one bounced into left field, a base hit. Second hit for Cespedes, and the 10th hit for the A's, and we're just in the 6th inning.
Well, I think you'll like the result of it, but this breaking ball, you can see how he kind of comes around the ball and kind of an uppercut swing. Not the perfect swing, the swing he's displayed, I'd say, on his previous 4 hits. You can see the arm kind of come out and around, but he's finding the barrel, and I think he's more selective, and I think the combination of those things is going to get that guy back on track.
Pitch to Moss, bounced off the plate and then behind home plate. So the A's with 10 runs and 10 hits yesterday, 8 runs and 10 hits so far today. Remember, there was a stretch, 2.5, 3 weeks where the A's offense slowed down some, pitching held them up, and now, at least for the last 2 games, bats are starting to come to life again. Last 8 games, the A's averaging 5 runs per game, lots of extra base hits. I think the A's feel like earlier in the year the offense carried the pitching, and then lately pitching has carried a little heavier load. McGowan picks it up, thought about going to second, gets the sure out at first. So 2 outs with Cespedes now at second base, and that'll bring up Donaldson. But then they also feel like, what happens if the hitting and the pitching comes together at the same time? Doesn't happen a lot for a team, but if it does,
just hope it's the postseason.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'd like to have it happen right around October 1st. Two outs for Donaldson, who has walked, grounded out, singled, and scored. And that one's driven to left center field. That's hit pretty well. Rasmus going back. He's near the wall, and he's got it. So Donaldson flies out deep. Side retired. 7th inning coming up. 8-4 A's. The best deal in Bay Area baseball. Comcast Sportsnet California's Authentic Fan Fridays here at the Coliseum. This Friday, get a ticket in our value deck behind home plate, an authentic A's sunglass, a cheer card, and a $6 food and drink voucher, all for one great price. The best deal in Bay Area baseball is Comcast Sportsnet Authentic Fan Fridays. Log on to csncalifornia.com for details. A's and Rangers this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't want to miss it. Big series. It's good effort there.
That's full-on effort.
So A.J. Griffin back to work here in the 7th inning, facing Rasmus Izturis and Aaron Sebia. That one looped into center field. Coco coming in, and Coco into a slide, and he's got it. Nice play by Coco Cruz. He had a pretty good beat on it.
Yeah, I did not think he was going to get to this ball. Jammed Rasmus. Coco gets a great jump on it. Very difficult to make this read. And with style, sliding in, making the grab.
So Izturis scoots out of the way. Izturis with a couple of fly ball outs, one to right and one to center.
Well, Coco can sure make a difficult play look pretty fluid and smooth.
Yep.
Good concentration right here. A lot of times you hit the ground, your middle get jarred, your eyes will get jarred. Takes a special guy to be able to go to your, get off your feet like that and still make a grab.
Reddick's there, 2 outs.
Another fly out.
Yep.
Now batting.
So here's Aaron Sebia.
J.P. Aaron Sebia.
Aaron Sebia has hit a fly ball to right, and he has struck out. And Aaron Sebia, he will strike out. He's done it 107 times this year. We said it yesterday. If you're over 100 strikeouts this point in the year, that's a lot.
You better have a ton of home runs.
Yes, you better.
2 grounders, 13 flyouts. It's a lot of outs in the air.
Yep.
I'd like to see Griffin mixing his sequences a little bit, breaking out that big slow curveball. He seems to lock these guys up. Makes that fastball play up just a little bit.
A's Mohawk looking good. Coco's not going to get this one. He'll play it on a hop. Aaron Sebia with the 2-out single. Here's Brett Laurie.
Number 13, Brett Laurie.
And Laurie with a solo home run in the 6th inning. The Blue Jays have 4 hits now, 3 of them home runs, and he swings at a breaking ball. Another curve, and this one's foul back. So back-to-back breaking balls from Griffin.
You can see how amped up Lowry gets when he gets in the box. He's got bat waggle, hands, everything's going. He's ready to attack the baseball, and he does just that early. Griffin taking advantage of it, getting out front with that off-speed stuff.
He goes with a fastball that's high. And a fastball close, but Scott Berry says it was outside.
Good pitch right here. This didn't miss by much, if it missed. Maybe just a hair off.
Another one that's outside. So full count with 2 outs. Blevins warming up. So Aaron Sebia is going to take on. Runner goes, and the ball's tapped foul, first base side. Dwayne pitches by inning.
Breeze through the first 4 and to work a little last 3.
Moss picks it at first. Short hop, steps on the backside, retired. 7th inning stretch coming up from the Coliseum. Pretty good defense by the A's tonight. 8-4 Athletics lead. It's an 8-4 A's lead over the Blue Jays. There's the handshake from the manager. We know what that means. It means that A.J. Griffin's night is probably done after 7 innings of pretty good work. Of course, the long ball got him again tonight, but he's also working with a huge lead, so it's now 8-4.
He really did throw well. I mean, hate to fault him for being too aggressive.
So Reddick swings at the first pitch. He grounds out.
Time now for the AT&T reverse rewind. Well, we've been waiting, and here it is. Breaking the big 0 for 30 slump. Seth Smith coming up with a big RBI double, and you bet I want that ball.
Now batting,
I'm going to burn it. Feels good to get that out of the way. And what does he do right after it?
Another hit.
Another base hit right
He's
up the
hot.
middle. When you break out, you break out.
So ground out double single for Smith. Stephen Vogt will be next.
Good change up there from McGowan. That's Seth way out in front on that.
So McGowan, 2 innings pitched so far. He's tried to settle things down. Which I guess when your team is down by a lot and you come in the game, that's what you need to do.
You don't see this too often. 2 lefties up at the same time.
So would you have 2 lefties up? Thinking, well, maybe if the A's add on a couple runs, you bring Blevins in. If not, if it stays 8-4, it's still a ball game.
That's a possibility. Doolittle also is so good against right-handed pitching, or right-handed hitting, I'm sorry, that you can almost envision him as a right-hander if they want to match up next inning.
Just foul behind the A's dugout. So 3-2 to Seth Smith. And a 3-2 changeup, and it's high, and he walked him. So Smith's on base for the 3rd time. Let's take a look at tomorrow's pitching probables, brought to you by Chevron Care for your car. The veteran Mark Burley against the youngster Dan Straley. So Burley, one of the guys that came over in that big trade from the Florida Marlins. He's been a good pitcher for a long time. Burley, all those great years with the White Sox, then as a free agent, signed a big contract with the Marlins. And the Marlins did their thing in the offseason, which I don't know. Well, I don't know.
It's good calling it a thing.
Can't ever quite figure that out.
Put your finger on that whole situation at all.
Burley traded, and now he's with the Blue Jays. 0-2 to Vogt. Vogt had an RBI single in the 5th inning. He also has walked and hit a fly ball to right field. Low. Vogt now 6 for 25 on the year. Hit foul left side, so the count now even at 2-2.
That's the 30th pitch for McGowan. This bullpen is pulling its weight.
I think that's been said a few times this year. Taps back to McGowan, and he'll underhand. Well, that's only the second out. Thought maybe he'd take a glance at second base.
Well, if he knew there was one out, he would have.
It looked like he thought it was the third out. I don't know that for a fact. He never even really glanced at second base.
I'm going to assume that was the case.
So John Gibbons is coming out. 2 1/3 innings for McGowan out of the bullpen. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Coco Chris coming up. He's going to swing around and hit from the right side as Brett Cecil comes in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Brett Cecil was an all-star this year. Having a very nice season. 4-1, 2.57 ERA, 57 strikeouts in 49 innings.
190 opponent batting average.
There you go.
One of 4 lefties in this pen.
So Dustin McGowan goes 2 1/3 innings. Smith is his responsibility at second base. Cecil's first pitch down and away to Coco, who's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored.
Just missed a home run his last at bat.
Hit it good.
Hit it good to the track.
If he hits that in Toronto next week, it's probably a home run.
But a day game here, he gets out of here. Hit Toronto, right?
High strike call. Hayes will go to Cincinnati next week for a 2-game series, and then to Toronto after that for a 4-game wraparound series. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Coco out in front. It's a foul. So looking ahead, you see the series against the Blue Jays, and then the big 3-game set against the Rangers this weekend here at the Coliseum, and then their road trip. Travel on Monday, 2 in Cincinnati. So a couple of off days coming up.
It's always nice this time of year to get a breather.
So the A's will be in Toronto for 5 nights, which is, well, almost unheard of. Usually,
right,
you're in a city 3 nights, sometimes 4, but get there Wednesday night after Cincinnati, and you'll be there and not leave till Monday after the game. So Blevins and Doolittle have been warming up, and they've been down there a while, so they're ready to go.
Sure, they have a good lather.
The 3-2 pitch, foul back. Good battle here between Cecil and Coco Crisp. Pitch of the at-bat coming up. Coco fouls it right side.
You're right. Good battle right here, and opportunity for the A's to capitalize on another one of the Blue Jay mental mistakes, really. McGowan letting Seth drift to second. Not that he would have had a play at second base, but thinking there was 2 outs. Took the easy one at first and allowed Seth to get into scoring position. See if Coco can make him pay.
So another 3-2 and another foul ball. So this will become a 10-pitch at bat. Saw Brett Cecil a fair amount as a starter the last couple of years, but he may have found his niche in the bullpen.
Sure looks that way.
And he walked it. So great at bat for Coco Crisp, and he ends up with the walk.
MLB.TV celebrates 11 years. Catch all of the second half action in HD quality. Watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere.
So Sogard gets his 5th at bat. He's 0 for 4. And he's been on base twice via the air. And that hits Sogard. So now the bases are loaded for Lowry.
You don't like seeing that. That's right on the elbow, and Sogi's not moving that arm much. Cecil throws pretty hard. You can see right on the tip of the elbow. That's his throwing arm. That does not good. When you don't move it like that, usually it means you can't feel it. Now you can hear it. It feels like wood.
Walt Horn, he's assistant athletic trainer.
going to have a pretty good knot on that arm, I'm sure, tomorrow. He's saying he's all right. He just got in the 2-hole. He said, "Don't take me out of here."
So Nerd Power helping out, and Sogard is okay, we hope. It's gaining momentum, folks. I'm telling you.
It is.
Slow but sure.
Now batting shortstop, number 8, Ken Lowry.
So here's Lowry. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Lowry is 1 for 4. And the first pitch is a strike. So Cecil has faced 2 hitters. He's walked 1 and hit 1. Lowry hits a high fly ball toward right. Batista is under it. Side retired, so the A's leave them loaded. We're headed to the 8th inning. The Athletics 8 and the Blue Jays 4. Eighth inning here at the Coliseum. It's the A's 8 and the Blue Jays 4. Sean Doolittle comes in. And Doolittle go right into the teeth of the Blue Jays. It'll be top of the order: Reyes, Cabrera, Batista, and if anybody were to get on, Encarnacion. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. So here's Doolittle, appearance number 48. Reyes fouls it right side. Hitless night for Jose Reyes, and again fouled right side.
And see how the ball gets on him, fighting to get the head out. Pitch fouled straight back.
95 miles an hour. He's play Reyes straight up. He's a switch hitter. Setting up inside, and he got him swinging. 95, no chance, and that's out number one.
Well, that's how Doolittle likes to finish, especially right-handers. There's that hole up in the strike zone that it just doesn't seem that they can catch up to, and Reyes was battling to catch up to really any fastball in the zone, but this one up high is even more difficult, and he's upset at himself.
So here's Melky Cabrera, who takes a pitch outside. Rangers beat the Angels tonight 4-3. A pair of solo home runs in the 9th inning. The Rangers win that. Krasinski tied it off Frieri, and then Giovanni Soto won it.
Good mechanics right there. Quick live arm. Hard to believe this guy's only been pitching for a few years.
Cabrera toward center. Coco to his left. He's got it. Melky Cabrera is 0 for 4, and that's out number 2. So here's Batista with 2 outs. Weaver and Garza were the 2 starters in that Rangers-Angels game. They both got no decisions. Both pitched well. The loss was on Ernesto Frieri, so blown save and a loss and the whole deal. Angels have lost 4 in a row. Swing and a miss. 0-2. High fastball. Well, with the Blue Jays, you got Batista and Encarnacion, 2 very, very powerful hitters. But if you keep the 2 guys in front of them off base, that's certainly going to help you a lot. And the A's have done that with Reyes and Cabrera. Doing the Doolittle. And that's a base hit right field. So Batista went with the fastball, and he's got a base hit.
Well, the 0-2 pitch, he tried to climb the ladder, and I got to believe he was trying to climb the ladder again there. Just didn't do it. Missed over the plate and trying to go away, looks like. Batista doesn't try to do too much with it. Takes his knock the other way.
So that's hit number 5. Comes with 2 outs. Here's Encarnacion. This should be a fun battle to watch with Encarnacion. Will never get cheated on a fastball. Doolittle's got a great one. And that one well positioned right on the inside corner.
Yeah, this is a good battle right here.
And this one on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
Back in the 6th, got a fastball dead over the middle of the plate, and when he gets those, he knows what to do with them. Griffin can't believe it, but this guy's done it a whole bunch of times this year.
The 0-2 pitch is line, but just foul.
Well, Edwin Encarnacion has faced a lot of guys that throw 95 miles an hour, but it just shows you how deceptive and how much harder his fastball, Doolittle's, plays up than just 95 miles an hour, because this guy is not that late on fastballs, let alone taking them.
So good velocity and a little deception. That's about as good as it gets.
Good combination. Add in some command.
Yeah.
Then you're lethal.
Good control. Up and away. He missed his target that time. One and two to Encarnacion. That one blocked by Vogt. He scrambles after it.
Slider right here. He's starting to throw more to right-handers. Vogt gets some leather on it. Keeps it in front.
Batista leads off first, and here's the 2-2 pitch, and a soft flying drive into the glove of Donaldson. Side retired. So Doolittle allows a single, and that's it. Bottom of the eighth coming up. 8-4 Athletics. Here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Lots of offense from the Athletics tonight, and it started early. A's with a 4 spot in the very first inning. Lowry single. Cespedes knocked in a pair with a triple. Reddick had a sac fly later in the inning. So it was 4-0 early for the Athletics. Got another run in the third. Seth Smith breaking out of his slump with an RBI double. So it was 5-0 Athletics. And then Reddick in the 5th inning, 2-run double. The A's would score 3 times in the 5th. So back-to-back big offensive games for the A's. Blue Jays have hit 3 home runs in the game. 4-5-2 for Toronto. 8-10-0 for the Athletics. So Cespedes to lead it off against Brett Cecil. Bottom of the 8th inning. And the first pitch outside corner, a strike. The Indians beat the White Sox in dramatic fashion in Cleveland tonight, 3-2. The Indians have won 5 in a row. They're 2.5 back of Detroit in the Central. Cespedes down the left field line, and that baby's gone. 9-4 A's. Another big game for Yoenis Cespedes.
Back-to-back 3-hit games. But even more importantly, he's driving the ball, which is something he's capable of, but has been missing for a while. Gets a ball over the plate. Stays through it a little bit out front, but this guy's so strong. If he can just barrel it, It's going to go a long way, and that one did.
First pitch to Moss, down and away. So home run number 16 for Cespedes. He's got a 3 RBI night. So 7 RBIs in the last 2 games for Yoenis Cespedes.
Bit of a home run drought. First in 25 games. You know that guy can hit him in bunches. It's an off-speed pitch here. And he's hit a lot of them. He knows when he gets it. He knew he got that one.
Moss is 2 for 4. Grounded to second as Churis has it, and that's out number 1. Would you say Cespedes, and this would be maybe against the norm, but he's a low ball hitter? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that this guy's capable of hitting a lot of pitches out, but for the most part, that's his sweet spot.
Seems like he handles the low pitch better than most right-handed hitters. A lot of people say left-handed hitters are more low ball hitters. Just seems like
he's the most consistent driving that ball. Yeah, I would say I agree with you.
Donaldson hits one deep to left. Melky Cabrera's back. He's under this one. He's got it. So Donaldson 1 for 4. And that's out number 2.
Right fielder, number 16, Josh Reddick.
So that'll bring up Reddick. In that Indians win, it was a walk-off win, and it was a solo home run by Jason Giambi to win it. How about this, Scott? Oldest player in Major League Baseball history to hit a walk-off home run.
No kidding.
42 years old. Giambi did it tonight. It's kind of a cool record
that
to
is
have.
Pretty cool.
436th career home run for Giambi, and it was a game winner.
That team is.
Yeah, they're. You know what? They're hanging in
steam,
there.
Yeah.
Indians now 57 and 48, and again just 2.5 back of the Tigers in the Central. Rays beat the Red Sox 2-1. Rays stay hot, and they jump over Boston into first place. A half-game lead now for the Rays over the Red Sox. That was quite a game. It was a game that had some controversy, though. In the bottom of the 8th inning, a very close play at home on a sacrifice fly, or potential sacrifice fly. And Red Sox runner was called out, and it would have been the tying run. Replay showed that he was safe. Umpire said, I missed the call. Did not tie it, and the Rays won it, and Reddick grounds out. Cespedes with a solo home run. He's got 3 hits and 3 RBIs tonight, and the A's head to the 9th with a big lead. Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek's endless summers, waves of cash every day. Visit cachecreek.com for details. Ninth inning from the Coliseum. A's looking for win number 63 on the year. They're already a season high, 19 games over 500. They'll try to get to 20 over with 3 more outs as Blevins comes in and he pumps the first pitch strike into Adam Lynn. So game number 106 for the Athletics. So they're closing in on the 2/3 through the season point. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. 5-0 with a 3.86 ERA for Jerry Blevins. We talk a lot about hitters being in slumps. Jerry Blevins is in a slump. He has not pitched well for a while, and he's a very important part of this bullpen. Bob Melvin's trying to find the right spots to get him in, get him some confidence, get him going again. Maybe that'll help. Slider. And he strikes out Adam Lynn for out number 1.
Well, you know, the only way to get back doing it is to actually get out there and do it. This game is very mental. It's not a stuff thing.
28, Colby Rasmus.
Just comes down to confidence a lot of times.
Blevins has allowed 9 earned runs in his last 4 2/3 innings before that strikeout. So he was very good for most of the season, but tough times right now for the left-hander. That's Mark DeRosa, long time infielder, outfielder, plays a little bit of everywhere. Good pitch there, and it's a quick 0-2 to Colby Rasmus.
It's good to see Blevins working ahead, aggressive, early in counts. It's a good sign.
Swing and a miss. That's a good pitch. A little harder slider. Just down around the shoe tops, and Rasmus strikes out. That one had good bite to it.
Good location with 2 strikes. Good slider. Blowing away. Looks like a fastball. Rasmus changes. Chases. Out in front. Good pitch.
So here's the pinch hitter, Mark DeRosa. He's hitting for his Torres here in the night. So Griffin goes 7, Doolittle an inning, and now Blevins here in the 9th. Our A's post-game live coming up after the game. We'll be back with you tomorrow night for game 2 of this series. It'll be Dan Straley and Mark Burley. Coverage starts at 6:30. 2-0 now to DeRosa. Be a day game on Wednesday, radio only for that one. And then an off day on Thursday before the Rangers come to town. DeRosa bounces one back to Blevins, who reaches up, grabs it, underhands to first, and that's the ball game. So the A's take game 1 of this series, and they do it by a final score of 9-4 over the Toronto Blue Jays, as A.J. Griffin gets his 10th win of the year, as Mil Rogers is the loser, and the A's hold on to their 6-game lead in the AL West over the Texas Rangers. So and the offense is coming to life as the A's win it 9-4. Well, coming up next, A's post-game live. They're waiting in the studio. So we'll have that, and then we'll come back to the Coliseum for a player interview.